The course evaluation was terrible. They gave me all ones on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the best and 1, well, you know. All of the other evaluations rated me at 9s and 10s with just a few 8s. What was even more puzzling was their comment. This was a class for programmers. It was way over my head. What it was a very basic Windows course. Here's the start button. This is a folder. This is a file. This is the difference between copying and cutting. Here's how to delete. You get the idea. It was very much an end-user course. So where did they get the idea that it was for programmers? I racked my brain trying to remember what happened to elicit that type of comment. Then I remembered. Another student had asked about a registry edit. I gave a short answer on the spot and asked them to see me at the break for more details. What I should have done was ask the other student to see me during the break without mentioning anything about regedit. You see, many people are intimidated by computers and digital technology. They're actually afraid of getting hacked. They're afraid of doing something to brick their system. They're under pressure to get their job done and they worry about some system failure making them look bad. If that same situation came up today, I'd simply say, please see me at the break and go back to the basics of using Windows. You've got to know your audience and tailor your communication to them. You must meet them where they are. Technical skills solve problems, but people skills build careers. Compassionate Geek Online On-Demand Training empowers IT teams to be easy to work with and create positive customer experiences. That means fewer conflicts, happier users, and a more successful IT team. Give your team the skills they need on their schedule. Visit CompassionateGeek.com to get started today. There's a link to the course in the notes just below. Now, back to that evaluation. It reminded me of something critical for anyone working in IT, whether you're a technician, engineer, or manager. People don't want to be made to feel small. They don't want to feel stupid or like they're bothering us with dumb questions. They just want to get their work done, and many times we're the ones standing between them and their ability to do that. In the Compassionate Geek, I talk a lot about communication, and a big part of that is learning how to speak to non-technical people in a way that makes sense to them without sounding condescending, dismissive, or impatient. Let's break that down. First, understand your audience. This is the single most important principle in any communication. Not every non-technical person is totally unfamiliar with tech. Some are actually quite knowledgeable, but they don't speak our language. Others might be intimidated by technology. Some are executives who only want the high-level picture. Others are frontline employees just trying to get through the day. That means a one-size-fits-all approach doesn't work. You've got to tailor your communication to the person in front of you. Second, drop the jargon when it makes sense. Jargon is effective for technical conversations between peers, but with non-technical people it can confuse or alienate them. Instead of saying, you're having DNS resolution issues, try something like, your computer is having trouble finding the right website. But, and this is key, don't oversimplify if the person does have some technical understanding. That can be just as frustrating. Nobody wants to be treated like they're clueless, especially if they're not. And this is where listening comes in. Ask a few questions, gauge their familiarity level, then meet them where they are. Third, be empathetic to their situation. This goes back to the 5 principles of IT customer service I outline in the Compassionate Geek. Technical competence, compassion, empathy, listening, and respect. Empathy means putting yourself in their shoes. If someone's email isn't working and they're on a deadline, it's not just an Outlook issue, it's a threat to their job performance, maybe even their job security. When you acknowledge the impact of the problem, not just the symptom, you build trust. You show that you care, not just that you know. Fourth, communicate outcomes, not just details. Sometimes we get wrapped up in explaining the process, what we did, how we did it, what system it affected, but a non-technical person often just wants to know, is it fixed? Can I get back to work? Do I need to do anything differently next time? Give them what they need to feel confident moving forward. You can always offer more details if they ask. Fifth, treat every interaction like a partnership. When you're working with someone who's not in IT, remember, you're both on the same team. Their success is your success. You're not just solving technical problems, you're enabling people to do their jobs. That mindset changes how you speak, how you listen, and how you show up. And when people feel heard, respected, and supported, they're more likely to see IT as an ally, not an obstacle. So, quick recap. Know your audience and meet them where they are. Use plain language, but don't insult their intelligence. Show empathy for how the issue is affecting them. Focus on outcomes, not just process. Build partnerships, not silos. If you and your team want to build these skills and more, check out our online training at CompassionateGeek.com. Be sure to press the thumbs up button and subscribe to this channel. Want more? You'll find tips and training on IT customer service, teamwork, and leadership at CompassionateGeek.com.